car. Um, I shot a video. I was talking about the squeal in the brakes. I've got new pads, I got new rotors, and I've got this squeal. So I took apart the front brakes and found just off-road dirt jammed in there. So I cleaned the pads out and put some brake, let me show it to you. So this disc brake quiet, I put that on the back of the pads, and I also took off the shims that were on the pad and put it between those as well. So you're not supposed to use it with the shims, but I figured worst I can do is give it a try, see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll start over. But anyways, while I was under here working, I got to thinking, you know, it's about time I finish the skid plate, or at least get it going to make it functional. So my pattern that I had here, this is pretty elaborate. This has got covers for the sides, everything. I came across some stop signs for sale on Marketplace. So I figured, you know, it would be a perfect opportunity to use these stop signs for the skid plate. So as you can see, I used 2 of them. So I really didn't have to do much cutting, which is great. So I did have to cut the stop sign, the edge off it here, so it wasn't too long. Originally I was trying to think where I was going to bolt this back to. I was considering doing brackets, and then I thought to myself, you know, I've got these thing front end supports. I can just drill through them and put a bolt here. Now, you know, it's, as far as structural, it's not the best, I guess, to drill through that, but then again, I don't plan on really hitting anything that's going to cause major damage. But I've got that here, and as you can see, I've got this put together. So I bought a metal brake, and I bent the sign in 2 spots here. Made it similar to my pattern, but not exactly the same. Anyways, it's gonna help a lot with when I'm doing off-road, hitting giant puddles, because the water was shooting up and was going inside the car here. So now I've got this clean surface here to deflect the water. I've got a little bit wide, so hopefully it'll keep it from going from the up in the inside. But what was happening was I would have, of course, water come up through the gas tank, would get inside the car, come in through the AC lines, and that was a mess. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I just had to cut the edges off of the sign. Let's see what metal is. So this is all I had to cut off to get an angle on this right here. So that's it. I thought about pulling the paint off of it, or I should say the reflective stop sign material, but just decided to leave it on there. But anyways, that's what we got. So, let me tell you about doing this. I broke 2 drill bits drilling out those thing supports. Unfortunately, this one is still inside those tubes. nothing I could do about getting out of there. It's just, I broke the one on this side, and then when I went to the other side, I broke the other one. My large, I'll show you right here. I broke this bit off, but I machined it down, was able to still use it. I'm gonna have to go to the tool store and get some new drill bits because my two favorite sizes are now broken. So that's it. So we're done with the front. I am, like I said, I got a total of, I think it was 4 stop signs or 3 stop signs, and I got a road sign. Yeah, got a mess here going on, but got this stop sign, and I've got this road sign here. But this is a section I cut off it. I was gonna save this to make the pieces on the side here to keep the water from going in. But we'll see how it runs. Maybe it's gonna be okay. Yeah, I see a few of you are joining. Hi. Cool kid, how you doing today? So I've got this stop sign, 2 stop signs actually, fastened into a lower skid plate for this car. That's going to help me a lot with cutting down on water getting into the car when I'm driving off road. That's the thing I'm most concerned about, is when you hit a big puddle, the water rushes up inside and it kind of slows down your momentum. But having this on here, I'm hoping that it'll allow me to just glide across. It's, you know, as close as I can to minimize losing clearance. So we shouldn't have any trouble. Now, I'm gonna have to go in the back here and figure out how I'm going to do the back, because there is nothing to attach this to. Conceivably, I've got these brackets, but what I have for the sign is obviously not long enough for that. You can see the dirt that's still on here from going off-road. This was a real mess. It was in the cylinders, it was everywhere. So my concern with this car in the back, we've got the push rod tubes open. Somebody took the heater boxes off. They removed the plates. So I don't have anything to protect the engine from potentially sticks or anything else, rocks. We don't have a lot of rocks here in Florida, but it can still get kicked up and cause some damage. So that's what we're looking at. I don't know. I'll play around with it. I'll check the measurements and see what I got. But the only thing I can think of is possibly making some brackets to go here that would hang down, and then I can put a plate across, but we'll see. And that's where we are. We've got the off-road event, which is coming up in 2 weeks. So we got the wagons through Withlacoochee, and that's going to be coming. So if any of you are new, never seen the channel before, just pop it in for a video. So this is a 97 Mexican Beetle, and it's raised so that it can go off-road. And I've got my 63 here, and I've got my 75 here. So that's it. I just finished this up. I'm gonna lower down the car and take it out on a test drive and see how the brakes work. So I did the brakes and I did the skid plate today, and I think that's all I'm gonna do on this car. I was gonna repaint the bumpers. I don't think I'll mess with them until later. These were chrome and they've been painted, so. So you're asking me what I'm working on? So today I was working on this car, Ocho, that's his name. Did the front brakes. I had a squeal in the front brakes. I took the brakes apart, and hopefully what I did will make a difference. And then I put that skid plate on the front end. So other than that, that's all. Just making sure everything looks good on the car, because I got the off-road event in 2 weeks. And yeah. So that's it. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.